Stephan, your status as a top-tier fashion designer has earned you a spot in the top 25 most beloved and inspiring fashion designers around the world. How did your odyssey begin?
It started when I was very young, actually, a young teenager, where I grew up in Australia. And my sister was a designer, and that had some influence in me. Just spending time in her studio as a child. I was intrigued by the pieces of fabrics, the colors, and it was craft for me in the beginning. And I started to experiment with the needle, and that's how it all started. You know, as a teenager and very young, just approaching my 20s, I did a couple of shows in Australia that impressed people, and by incident, there was a French designer by the name Philippe Benet presenting his collection in Australia at the time, and I got an invitation to work for him. And that's how I moved. It was a dream for me to be in Paris at some point. And I ended up there, but as it turned out, I didn't even work for him, but I made other contacts, and I worked with Guy Laroche, and I worked with Hermes, and I freelanced for a lot of other top names.
Over the many years working together and interacting with clients around the world, definitely femininity and confidence is a universal, and that's something that we all strive to express in our own unique way. And we're here to listen to them and to create and to try and expose those emotions and that confidence from within. And it gives us a particular challenge, but in the end we overcome that. And to see that interaction face to face in every country is very unique, is very different, but to be able to adapt and to see the differences gives us inspiration. We're able to draw on that and get a different perspective of what that means in every country. And it gives us inspiration in how we create these timeless pieces and how we feel that it might evoke this confidence in all of our customer base, or whoever's just a fan of what we create.
Kyriakos, you are following in your father's footsteps. Is your vision aligned with your father's, and what are your future plans for the Caras label?
The legacy is everything. It doesn't just represent a brand, it represents a lifetime of history and knowledge. There's not a lot of people out there who have this knowledge these days. You live in a globalized world. There's a lot of automation, there's a lot of human disconnect. The intrinsic details of being a true designer and a tailor, these are all master techniques that are learned over decades. From the moment that it gets sewn and put together to the moment where somebody puts it on and takes a life, there's a lot of knowledge, a lot of care and detail that we've put into it in order to get to that stage. If you don't continue the legacy, all that knowledge is lost or reset from the beginning with the next generation. Carrying learned knowledge forward, adapting it to the modern times, and really being able to carry on what we've worked for and what we stand for all these years. Fashion is about making people feel better or evoking some kind of emotion from within. And that's what it comes down to, is understanding who you're working with in order to make them feel the best. And that is a legacy in itself, is all about that human connection.
We had wonderful memories from Cyprus, that show we did. I was intrigued by the beauty of people, and I guess this is my philosophy. Your sparkle, or your love for people, it kind of reflects out, and people see it if they have that kind of feeling. And we felt that in Cyprus. Like we met wonderful people, and we have become really good friends, and we hope we can do that again in Cyprus.